Hi, and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, because we're a little late recording this. I hope you're having a lovely week and that all is good in your world. We've got a nice, interesting practice tonight. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. As always, throughout the practice, listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. Working with your own body, using whatever modifications you need to help you get into the pose. And without further ado, let us begin by lying down today. So make yourself nice and comfortable on your mat. Closing your eyes, slowing down and letting go. Letting go of your day and everything that's going on in your world. Just bringing yourself to your mat. Becoming aware of yourself on your mat, aware of your shape, your space that you're occupying on the mat. And then with your attention on your breath, inhaling through your nose, filling your belly, pause, and then gently and evenly exhaling. A nice, even, steady breath. Extending out that exhale. Perhaps engaging the core as you exhale, if that's what you like to do in your practice. And let's take 2 more breaths here like this. And then when you're ready, bending your knees, hug them into your chest. And let's just wake up the feet, circling the ankles, first in one direction and then in the other. And coming to stillness, let the left leg, extend out. Cross the right leg over it. So the ankle is just protruding over the thigh. Just letting the leg rest here. Let that knee open out, the hips open, the knee make its way towards the right side of the mat. One more breath here. And then releasing the right leg down, let's cross the left leg over. Again, encouraging the hip to open, keeping both feet flexed. One more breath here. And then letting both feet come onto the mat so the knees are bent. Let's do the same thing with that left leg over the right. And again, encouraging this knee away so you feel the action in that left hip as it opens up. One more breath. And then let that left leg continue on across the right leg. If you can do a double cross with your legs, do. But a single cross is fine. Rolling over onto your right side. Let's draw that left arm all the way over to the left, following it with your gaze. Breathing into it. And then drawing that left hand all the way back to the right, unraveling those legs, coming back to the center. Let the right leg cross over the left. And again, just different to what we normally do. Normally we lift up that leg and the kind of work is in this left leg. But today we want to keep this work in the hip, in the right hip, extending it out, opening it out as we encourage that knee away. One more breath here. And then letting that right leg cross on over and double cross, rolling over onto your left side. And let's draw that right arm over to the right. Adjusting the body, encouraging this right knee down towards the mat. You can use the left hand if you want. One more breath here. And then drawing the right arm over, unraveling the legs, coming back to the center here, crossing the left leg over the right again, this time raising that leg up and raising the right leg up and cross that left leg on over so it's over the knee, and then bending the right foot. If you can hold the outside edge of it, do, and the same with the left. Try to keep the knees on top of each other and draw those feet down towards the mat. So it can feel quite intense. Softening the shoulders, just ensure they're not building tension. One more breath. And then releasing the feet down. Let's take it to the other side. So cross that right leg over the left as you raise that left leg up. And then holding on to the outside edge of the right foot and bending that left knee to again hold, if you can, the outside edge of the left foot. If that's not available to you, you can hold anywhere on that left leg that you can reach, preferably on the lower part of the leg if you can, and just encourage the foot to come towards you a little bit. Keeping that softness in the shoulders. One more breath. And then releasing both feet down onto the mat. Let's roll over onto the left side and come up to sit. Good, and as we're sitting here, sitting up nice and tall, flexing both feet, let's cross this left leg over the right. This time just as we did while we were lying down, just having that ankle protruding, encouraging this knee. You might have, your hips might be a lot more open than mine because mine are not very open. So we're encouraging this left knee downwards. Sometimes it can help to sit on a block. It just gives that little bit more space to encourage that knee and that hip to open. Sitting up nice and tall. Finding that length in the spine, both feet flexed. One more breath here. And then letting that foot come on across so your knees are on top of each other again. And let's draw this right leg back, and then see how close you can get your feet to your body, to your hips. So encouraging them inwards if they'll come in. Sitting up nice and tall. If you're on a block, it might help. And then let's raise this left arm up and bring it between our shoulder blades here. Feeling that length in the spine. If you can, let your right hand point upwards or indeed even clasp the fingers of the left hand so your fingers are touching, if that's available to you. Let's take 2 more breaths here. If that's really difficult for the arms, you can just, with this left arm, put it to wherever it will go and then encourage it with your right hand. One more breath here. And then releasing the hands down, just shrug the shoulders, unravel the legs, maybe just give them a little shake after that deep work. Let's cross now the right leg over that left thigh, keeping the feet flexed, sitting up nice and tall, encouraging this right knee towards the mat. Keeping the length in the spine. Softness in the shoulders and the jaw. One more breath. And then letting this right leg drift on across to the left knee, encouraging those feet to come back as close to your hips as they can. Just working with your body and what it will give you today. Finding that length in the spine. This pose always really helps you to sit up very tall, and this feeling and sensation you get in your spine in this pose is really what we'd like to have all the time, if we can. So it's good to kind of get this into our muscle memory and go, okay, this is how I should be holding myself throughout my day and off the mat. So again, with the right arm, let's bring it up behind between our shoulder blades if we can, either encouraging it further and deeper with the left hand or bring the left hand behind to meet the right. Again, working within your body. And 2 more breaths here. Releasing the hands, releasing the legs, just loosening out the shoulders and the legs. And then from here, bring the right leg underneath you, or the left actually, whichever is best, because we may not be coming up and down very often. See, can you raise the arms up? And then from here, come up to standing with the hands not touching the floor if possible. And from here, let's take it to the top of the mat, toes together, heels just a little bit apart, so there's outside of your feet are in a straight line, standing up nice and tall. Let's find that lovely length we had in the cow face pose and bring it here as we stand. Bringing the hands into prayer. And as we have them in prayer, just bring them down so the elbows are completely opposite to each other. So you're like this, you've got a straight line from the tip of one elbow to the tip of the other. And from here, we're going to come into a chair pose, so letting the hips come back. Bending those knees, keeping them behind the toes if you can. And then let's take a twist to the left. Letting that right elbow come to the side of the left knee, the outside of the left knee. Keeping those elbows in a nice straight line. And think about your chest looking at your thumbs, just to deepen that twist. Two more breaths here. And then let's come through the center to take it to the other side. One more breath, keeping those shoulders stacked on top of each other, elbows in a nice straight line. And then coming back to the center and all the way up to stand from here, taking it to the long side of the mat, raising the arms up. And then let's sweep down into a forward fold. So bend your knees as much as you need to as you come through to a nice forward fold. And let's breathe into it here. Each breath just helping us get a little deeper. Feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. Two more breaths. And bending the knees, coming all the way up, bringing the arms out into a star. Let's just turn the front foot the right foot to the top of the mat. Coming forward over this right foot, bring the left knee down, step the right foot back. So we're in tabletop. Taking one more breath here. And now we're going to flip this tabletop from this way to the opposite direction. So kneeling back, bringing the hands behind you. Let's step the feet up. So we're in an upside down table, gazing at the ceiling. Keeping a micro bend in the elbows and those ankles under the knees. One more breath. And then let's step these legs out. So we're in an upward plank, keeping the gaze up at the ceiling, hips raised up. One more breath. And then lowering the seat down onto the mat. Let's just fold forward here. So bend your knees as much as you need to, just releasing that stretch with a counter stretch and a counter bend. The up plank is great for just opening the chest and the whole front of the body. One more breath here. And coming back to upright, we're going to lower our back down onto the mat, keeping the knees bent. Lift the hips up and let those hands come in underneath your pelvis here. And then we're going to go from here to sitting up, or at least halfway up, and just bring your elbows in. So your elbows are directly under your shoulders. And from here, this will really open the chest even further. Let the gaze go towards the back of the mat. And you may wish to then extend out the legs. Feeling that openness in the chest. A lovely stretch to the front of the body. Nice movement of the spine. And then when you're ready, coming all the way up to sit, let's hug the shins. And again, just taking it into a counter pose as we allow the spine now to round. And then when you're ready, let's come back into our fish pose. So again, we're coming onto our hands. Let the elbows come down. And then let the gaze go behind you. And with your legs, you can either have them maybe crossed in a nice cross-legged position, if that feels good. So that now we've already been working on opening the hips. So your hips are hopefully feeling nicely open. And now your whole chest and torso is opening. One more breath. and coming all the way up once again to sit and hug the shins. And then when you're ready, lowering your body down onto the mat and let those legs come out long, feet flopping out to the side, palms facing upwards. As you just allow the body now to absorb all that work, those openings of the hips and the chest and the torso. As you completely relax, release, and let go. Letting go your feet and your legs. Your glutes and pelvis. Letting go the whole back of your body and shoulder blades. The front of your body, chest and shoulders. Letting go your arms, your hands. Your head, face, jaw and chin. The whole of your body, just let it go. And giving time here for your heart to fill with gratitude. Gratitude to yourself. Gratitude for having this time and space to practice your yoga. And gratitude for all that's good in your life today. And then let your attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose, filling your belly, pause, and then exhale. And let your attention rest on your breath for the next few minutes.